Hello, Tim Gillio. This is September 9th of another edition of Now You Know the Rest of the Story. Now, we finished off last time. We talked about our little adventure on Friday, going in and trying to deal with our default judgment over our lawsuit that the government hadn't responded to, and all of a sudden, mysteriously, the government decided to respond. The court clerk decided to accept their response, dealing with whoever the higher ups are that we still haven't yet established who these people are. Well, we can kind of explain that today when we're at the MPs and the MLAs. We try it wasn't hard to figure that one out. I mean, in Canada we have a very corrupt government on top. That's what we refer to as the Crime Minister. Unfortunately, every one of these people are criminals. So we're sitting with the Justice Minister, is obviously a criminal. He's gone down, so as corrupt as he is. He's listed in this thing. He's gone to his subordinate, in this case, Paletti, the one who authored the letter. Paletti was outside his reporting jurisdiction. He hadn't reported in time. He knew he was in default. So he went back to 1985 law, totally ignored the fact that there was an amendment to that law in 1992, which took away his jurisdictional privilege, and so on and so forth. Of course, now we have the cascading event that we talked about. So we have the corruption, the collusion, down to the Crown, which would have obviously been dealing with the court clerks. The Crown, desires to move up in their job like everybody else is going to do what they're told. So they're directing the court clerks illegally, because they're dealing with a matter of this is an utter document, right, in a legal matter. They know full well that 1985 statute they were referring to was no longer in effect. The 1992 statute was in effect. Unfortunately, the court of the clerks, likewise, right? Again, they're looking after and making sure they get a paycheck. So that's where we left off. That's the short version of how it ended up going. Today, like I said, we went to the MP, we went to the MLA, we explained that, there's a little bit of work left to do. By the time I was done, I was kind of tired of talking to people. So we left the courthouse one alone, especially after we found out that Norman travesties, again, had been pushed off like mine. We were dealing with a situation where the government wanted to push it off. I did phone this Paletti character from the Attorney General's, as I'd mentioned, and I had asked him quite simply, why did you ignore the 92 amendment, right, to the statute? And then informed him that I had a hard time getting an information, even though I'm going to use the one from Norman travesty. I will just wipe out his information. I'll use that for my own. Because again, we're dealing with, we had a civil matter that was really criminal in nature. We were going to ask the courts to address the criminal matter through the civil matter. It's obvious that the government, the same as in the case of Norm travesty and any other information that's been filed, that the government's going to do the best they can, or the judiciary, because the judiciary is very corrupt, right? Understand that when you go to court, you're dealing with corruption here. Whatever law you broke, don't worry about it. The laws they're breaking are way worse than yours. Right now in Canada, we technically don't have any laws. If the government's not going to be held accountable for the laws, the people can't be held accountable for the laws. Remember that. So when you go to court and they want to charge you with something, say, okay, well, what laws have you broken? Charge yourself first, right? You can play whatever. It's just games. You can play all the games you want right now. So, we discussed that a little bit in the last one, that the people are dealing with games. And the police don't know what to do. When I went to the police as well, what do you want us to do? You gotta understand, an information is when the police arrest you, what they do is they file an information. It is the information. When the Crown prosecutor charges you, they file an information. It is the information. Since 1215, we have been allowed to file an information, right? Under the Magna Carta, we are superior to the people that govern us, supposedly. Unfortunately, when the Liberals are in power, which for Canada's most of its history has been Liberals in power, they think that they're superior to the people. So we have to kind of put an end to that. I don't care if it doesn't come down through this election cycle. We're going to discuss how important this election cycle actually is. I just want to clarify what happened on the last video. Again, I was a little tired. I'd had a stroke many years ago, and when I'm tired, every now and again I start stuttering and stammering, and I have a hard time getting the words out. That's why I generally prefer to read them. I actually talked to my my MP's girl today and said, "Hey, you want to come and be the face of this?" She laughed. She says, "Well, I kind of do that for the MP already. It's much better to have a prettier girl were explaining the stuff to you." And I was just in the background writing and explaining so that she could explain it to you. But we'll see. Maybe we can hire one. The problem is I am kind of just a big old lug, and looking at me, hey, I've been around. Don't get me wrong. I mean, my life hasn't been easy. I've had a heart attack. I've had cancer. I've had strokes. I've been shot. I've been stabbed. I've lost body parts. So, it's life hasn't been easy, but it's been entertaining. They can't ever say I know how to back down from a fight, because somehow I haven't learned that lesson yet. Maybe next week. We'll find out. But till that point, right? I mean, the Attorney General never phoned me back. He was told that I'm going to turn this information into a criminal matter. That was designed to do that in the first place. I was kind of waiting to see what would happen with Norm Travesty's case. It's kind of disappointing, but I kind of expected that they would try to push that off. So now what we've done is I'm going to weaponize it for the Conservative Party of Canada, or the PPC, whoever wants to come forward. I can weaponize this for them. They can go ahead and they can use it against the Liberals. So I mean, you're dealing with a criminal organization, right? This here's truth, fact. It's been put out. We spent a lot of time, money orchestrating this. But now we're going to end this video. A quick little update. We're going to start on the next one. The next one we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the relationship with NAFTA Chapter 11, which